partnership between Pujara and Rahane yesterday. Think of how Shami and Bumrah have played. Day pitch, I think. So it may be partly lack of overs, but I also think it's a pitch that the life has kind of gone out of it now. So that will affect Kohli's thinking, I'm sure, over the next two sessions, whether he's going to declare and whether he thinks he can bowl England out.
Michael, did the lead cricket writer for the Times anticipate a draw possibly this evening?
Sorry, Harsh, I didn't quite catch you there.
I said, did the lead cricket writer at the Times in his report last evening budget for a possible draw?
Not really. I think we all thought that was the least likely option today. All results possible, of course, and it's been an utterly fantastic and absorbing test match, and very hard to predict with the game swinging this way and that. But I certainly thought there would be a result today. I thought England had a strong position overnight. I'm not sure England can win this game now. Whether there's enough time left for India to win it, I'm not sure either. So on the book, the draw would certainly be the favourite now.
Yeah, thank you very much, Michael. You can see the lights on behind you. The lights have been on for a while as well, so maybe that'll be a factor. Thank you so much for joining us. And the famed Lord's Lunch, maybe you can grab a bite now.
Good to talk, Harsh.
Okay, pleasure. Yeah, I mean, who would have thought that? Is draw odds on now? What do you think?
Yeah, well, as a complete neutral, I was actually hoping that India would only have maybe 200, 210 on the board to defend, because I think that would have been a fantastic. I don't think England can come out and play with flamboyance because of the top three that they've got and the batting issues. Unfortunately, now I think it would be a case in point if England do go out, if they do declare, that England will think, well, we can't get these. And then at some stage, the light will play its part and it might be difficult to knock over England and get the 10 wickets. So, yeah, I wouldn't have called draw at the start of the day, but it looks likely.
I mean, Ajit, the best thing from the game's point of view would have been, as Polly said, if India got bowled out 220. Try telling that to Mohammad Shami. Try telling that to Jasprit Bumrah.
India had a great chance to win that Nottingham Test. Rain sort of came in. England might have fancied their chances as well, but here, I mean, India were in a spot of bother. So I don't think India would have necessarily thought the ideal way would have been 220 all out, because that would have meant that they had to bowl absolutely perfectly. I think Michael Atherton just said that the pitch is quite slow and flat. That then once the ball is a bit older, gets much harder to get people out. So I think India's had a great session. They'd feel very happy about it.
Let's look at Mohammad Shami then. I mean, it would almost be unfair if we don't have a discussion on this partnership as such. His partner is Shami and Bumrah, 77 that they've put on in 110 runs. And to be fair to them, they copped a bit early on. I mean, they earned the right to be playing a shot afterwards. They copped a fair bit early on.
Yeah, I mean, and nobody enjoys it. I don't think they were either. They played a few more shots. But like Paulie said before, it's just crazy. Some of the fields, I mean, those are some great shots later on in the innings. But the fields were very strange. No catchers with the second new ball. They just kept bowling short. And even if they were bowling short, there was everyone on the boundary, which was difficult to understand. Indians made full of use of it once they were in.
I mean, look how far back you're going. Ramchand and Shinde, Hazare and Shinde, that's 1952. We are talking about Kapil Dev and Madan Lal in 1982. This is 77, and now the highest ninth wicket partnership at Lord's. And Shami might just point and say, you know what, I was in the top five, I was in the top five anyway. I suspect someone put up a little poster in the dressing room saying an Indian fast bowler's got 100 at Lord's, guys, so you can bat too.
Yeah, they might. Well, they probably would have come up with words of encouragement. But you know, over all the years, when you play against the tailenders, and you know, often they come in and play on emotion, and they aren't settled, and they're trying to work things out, and they get themselves out. When you get those last two settled, when they start leaving balls, when they start defending balls, then you know you're in trouble. Because that's invariably it, is that as tailenders, they never really get themselves in. In this partnership, both of them did. They got themselves settled. They started to play some nice shots, and they started to feel very comfortable. And then England would have known they were in trouble.
Got a bit hot in the kitchen as well, did it? When initially, when Bumrah was in, and with Shami as well, and then Wood and Anderson, got a bit hot in the middle.
Yeah, not a surprise. After what happened, the second evening, at that point, something's obviously been said, and we normally don't see Bumrah react too much, or in his career at least, we've not seen him have words on a cricket field. Something's been said, and then I think Butler's tried to sort of mediate, if you like. Umpires asked them to zip it up after a point. I mean, the bit happened on that second evening as well when they bounced Anderson, and I think Anderson said something back on the way out. Got hit on the helmet twice. Fortunately, he's okay, but clearly lots going on there.
Yeah, and Anderson is sometimes in the thick of it all, but I won't be surprised if Bumrah is using it to channelize something as well. I don't think the Indians are good boys just taking it all the time. They'll give us
Unlike us.
Yeah, I think it's emotion, isn't it? And not only that, it's frustration. It's frustration at not being able to get them out. You know, the plan to Anderson would have been to ruffle him up to try and knock him over because Root was the other end. Here they would have been looking to pick up the wickets, and they weren't able to do it, so that always ends up boiling over into frustration. It's like, can you get out of here now? That's what they really would say.
You gritted your teeth. It's the first time I've seen you do that. I'll tell you what, let's take a look at what Bumrah copped then there. How many head high at him?
Yeah, but see, there are some short pitch deliveries, but for me, that is the problem. I thought the field setting was very average. And in that performance, I mean, that would be the best way to describe that is a beehive with the bees going around and there's absolutely no honey to be found because it doesn't seem to be a common denominator. They're just all over the show. You know, outside the off stump, if it works for the top six, it should work for the guys down the bottom order. And it's a juke ball. It was only 20 overs, 10 overs old?
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be making sure that they're playing, defending on proper balls, have a slips in place. I'm sure they'll find the outside edge. That's why they tail enders.
Yeah, I mean, Rishabh Pant could nick one. When he was not said, but he had gotten going. Got a good one, bounced, seemed away a little bit. I mean, that was a template.
Ego come in the way. I mean, I keep asking this from time to time because I didn't see that happening when Ishant was batting. It started a little after Ishant. And could it just be, look, okay, you did this to us, we're going to give it back to you, and it almost became football rather than cricket.
But that's the thing is you've got to pretend you're emotional and you're getting involved in it, but you've got to be calm in your game plan. So you've got to give this presence like I'm here, I'm at you, I'm whatever, but then it's about the deliveries you bowl. And even the Robinson, to have only bowled that many overs, he should have been going on and on and on and on, just hitting his area and giving them nothing to work with, and then he'll probably pick up wickets. That's why I'm saying I felt they were short of a gallop, because the fitness for me doesn't look like it's been prevalent there. I think all the bowlers have been very short spells at the back end of a 5-day test match. You should be able to push through more than that.
So there you are. That's where we are now. India started, remember, just 154.
ठीक है नहीं भाई इत्थे नहीं लगना गखड़ियां रह गई है इत्थे ऑप्शन होया ने कैंसिल कर छड़े यार दूसरा 3 GB वाला 20 GB ਦਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ 275 ਰੁਪਏ ਚ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਪਰ ਉਹਦੀ MB ਘਟਾ ਛੜੀ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਵਧਾ ਛੜੇ ਨੇ 275 ਰੁਪਏ ਚ 20 GB ਕਰ ਛੜੇ ਨੇ ਮਿੰਟ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਅੱਛਾ ਭਾਈ ਜੀ 50 GB 850 ਦਾ ਜੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ 20 GB ਉਹ 600 ਦਾ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਲਾਣਾ मैं कभी लगाया नहीं जब मैंने नहीं लगना है क्योंकि मैं 800 वाला इजी कार्ड लगाना मैंने दिन रात मतलब मुसलसल नहीं चलता दिन दे लैदा मिनट होंगे ने रात दे मतलब दस्या नंबर 94 महीने के कोड के भी पैसे दिया करो ना मैं गिना लगा क्योंकि मैं ज़रा पैकेज करने लग गया हूँ
एक बिल दिया थोड़ा जिहा 12-13 हज़ार
तारजेगा सिर्फ 150 रुपया नाल लगेगा। मैं तारजेगा सिर्फ 150 रुपया नाल लगेगा।
लेट हो गया था
हाँ जी
और जमाना पूरा हो गया।
हाँ जी नहीं पूरा देना जे तो फिर कोई मैं पूरा तो कोई 2000 लगेगा। डिवाइस खराब हुई है शारी को। करीब बाला नहीं दे पहलो शनाती कार्ड लिया। नहीं 1000 घट्ट है 1000 घट्ट है 69 दस्या है नहीं दोबारा भी 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 फिर गया लेना कि गलती ना लगी 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 36 47 48 बोतल भी आई है तुहानू ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੋਡ ਲਾਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਯਾਰ ਟਰਾਈ ਮਾਰਨਾ ਕੀ ਚੱਲ ਜੇ ਵੇਖੋ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ ਚੱਕ ਦੀ ਮੁੱਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਅੱਧੇ ਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਅੜ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਪੂਰੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ
ਕਿੰਨੇ ਘੱਟ ਗਏ
1000 ਇਹਦੇ ਚੋਂ ਘੱਟ 150 ਉਤਲਾ ਘੱਟ
1000 ਰੁਪਏ ਦੇ ਚ ਘੱਟ
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 12.5 300 ਦੇ 650 ਰੁਪਏ ਹੋਰ ਦਿਓ
650
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਜੋ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਆਇਆ ਭਾਗਾ ਚੱਕਰ ਪੈਕੇਜ ਲੱਗਾ ਨਾ ਹੁਣ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ
ਕਾਹਦਾ ਜੇ
ਜਾਊਂਗਾ
ਜਾਊਂਗਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਿਆ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ
ਚੱਲਦਾ ਪਿਆ
ਇਹ ਫਿਰ ਆਦੀ ਐਪ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਕਰੋ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਹੋਣਾ ਭਾਈ
ਲੌਂਗਾ ਐਪ ਤੋਂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਵੀ
ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਸ ਚਲਾਓ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ
ਫਿਰ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਏਗਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜਾਇਜ਼ ਹੀ ਚੋ सिर्फ नेट वाला जी दसो भाई नंबर 44 67 95
ਵਾਈਫਾਈ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰ
ਇਹ ਜ਼ੋਂਗ ਵਾਲੀ ਆਏ ਅੱਜ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਜ਼ੋਂਗ ਵਾਲੇ ਹੀ ਆਏ ਆ
ਨਹੀਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਨੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਦੇ ਘੰਟੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਚੰਗੀ ਸਪੀਡ ਤੇ
ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਲਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਿਆ ਸਹੀ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਓਪਨ ਹੁੰਦਾ
ओपन तो हो गया अभी वो सर्चिंग की थी कोई तो
ਸਾਡਾ ਪੈਕੇਜ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ
अबे तो ना पे अबे तो सही फोन ही चल रही है
कितने गया
जी पर आसान तो फोटो दियो
अला खोली एक बार ट्राई कर वो खड़ी नहीं यार हाँ जी ओके किनिया चलो कोशिश करे आज सुबह टाइम कॉल करो
सुबह टाइम कॉल करे आज
कितना बैलेंस है विच
5,005 रुपये
किन्ने कट
किदे ਵਿੱਚ ਬਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ 5 ਹੀ ਕੱਢੋ 5 ਰੁਪਏ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ
और आंदा उतले 5 रुपये बस सेवन के 2
1 नहीं 2
मैं तो पैर छड़े आले 2
कोई नहीं
यार तू तो वेला आया सी ते नहीं की कोड जे
19 6 5
19 जी जी
इधर भी ऐसे कहीं क्या कर दी
50 रुपए दी है
40 रुपए की आती 10,000 में शायद नहीं देखो
बाल है तू बड़ा तू शैला नहीं
हैं
बाल है तू शैला नहीं है चुप है ही पंजाब वाला नहीं चुप है ही
मैं क्या नाम है भाई मुझे पता नहीं कि भैया
ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਇੰਜ ਦੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੜਦਾ ਸੁਪਰ ਪੰਜਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੁਪਰ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਪੰਜਾਂ ਦਾ
पंजाब में बनावा के
ਬਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਪਾ
नाल करे
ਭਾਈ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੇ ਫਿਰ
ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਸਾਫਟਵੇਅਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਕਰਨਗੇ
ਅਬੇ ਕੌਣ ਆ ਫਿਰ ਯਾਰ
ये इधर भी आकर भी मैं जाना
ਤਲੀ ਕਰ
क्या
ਹੋਰ ਤੇ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਿਆ ਉਸਤਾਦ ਜੀ
ਉਸਤਾਦ ਜੀ ਨਵਾਂ ਲਵੋ ਹਲਾ ਨਾਸ਼ਾ
हाँ जी हो गए मेरे 15 मिनट लंघ गए स्पीड मार शाम का जल्दी
ਇਹ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਮਾਡਲ ਹੀ ਹੈ
ਇਹ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਦੇ ਜੇ ਮਾਡਲ ਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ
ਇਹਦੀ ਸੈਟਿੰਗ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਨਿਕਲਦੀ
ਕੀ ਨਿਕਲਦੀ ਪਈ
सेटिंग जेडी निकलनी चाहिए
बाकी है कुछ दिन और कोरोना से बच के संभल के फोर्ट अब कितनी मौज मस्ती के दिन आएंगे।
अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट, इसके अल्ट्राटेक बाइंडिंग पार्टिकल्स ईंटों से सरिये तक जोड़कर घर को दे बेजोड़ मजबूती।
नींव बिछाई, दीवार चढ़ाई, छत ने डाला डेरा और घर बन गया मेरा।
बड़े इरादों में जान डाल दे। अल्ट्राटेक, इंडियाज नंबर 1 सीमेंट।
सावधान रहें, बीमारी का खतरा अभी टला नहीं है। मास्क लगाएं, दूरी बनाकर रखें, सैनिटाइजर का इस्तेमाल करें और हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस और टर्म इंश्योरेंस लें। PolicyBazaar.com पर 1 करोड़ का हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस और टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 400 रुपए महीने से शुरू। PolicyBazaar.com।
You can bet on it if it's MRF Settlements.
England or on Sony. Champions League on Sony. WWE on Sony. Ashes on Sony and Australian Open on Sony. On Sony. On Sony Sports Network.
कैंट आरओ से पानी होता है ज्यादा प्योर।
कैंट से घुली हुई अशुद्धियां भी निकल जाती हैं और जरूरी मिनरल्स बने रहते हैं।
गाँव का पैकेज लाओ हमारा फिर इस नंबर से अब क्यों चलता कि नहीं व्हाट्सएप का पैकेज
केड़े नंबर से
मैं लहाना कौन गाँव
एक